Ballet Moves is a program designed to foster a love of dance, movement, and creative expression for individuals with Down syndrome and cerebral palsy.
The thing about dance that makes it transformative is this is a way to connect with other people, whether you can speak or you can't, whether you can move everything or you can't. It raises your vibrational energy where you're creating this moment, creating space, creating new thought patterns, new ways of moving. So it's a beginning to starting a new way of moving and thinking. Ballet Moves is a class created for children with Down syndrome and cerebral palsy. It's a collaboration between us and Cincinnati Children's Hospital. The Thomas Center at Cincinnati Children's Hospital is specifically for children with Down syndrome, and we connected with some of their physical therapists who also have a background in dance and helped us work with Miss Donna, our teacher, to create a syllabus that is fun and exciting but also reaches benchmarks and helps you move along a path. And they are integral in creating that.
What are we doing? We're thinking. Let's see.
We're communicating some of the deepest human feelings of fun and love and community, all in this space. It is so much fun, and it's an opportunity to share the art that I've loved and been doing for my whole life with people I never thought I would be able to touch. And it is communicating, and it's all those things, the fun. It's reaching places that I thought I would never go. And it not only physically and mentally, but emotionally, it's giving them a social contact, which is really important to the parents, they say. They need some type of social interaction, and we work really hard to make that happen. Having children go down the floor, holding each other's hands, or do-si-do, doing things with partners to help with that part.
A lot of children with disabilities have trouble expressing themselves, so they might have speech and language delays. So I think Ballet Moves gives them a means of physical expression. And then in terms of building relationships, I think Ballet Moves has brought together people that wouldn't otherwise come together or interact on a daily basis. So I think it's really brought together the arts community and the disability community. And, by forming those relationships, they learn more about each other and can develop a better appreciation for one another.
It's awesome. We have a couple kids who are nonverbal, but that doesn't mean they're non-communicative, So you meet a child who can't say to the world, this is what I want, and this is what I need, but can communicate through dance and can learn steps and do all these other things. That's amazing, for me. Donna is a former professional dancer with Cincinnati Ballet. She has been teaching future dancers in our academy at Northern Kentucky University at CCM and CPA. And this was her first big foray into children with disabilities. And she is the perfect person because she believes in excellence. I'm like, we don't have to get anything done. She's like, oh, no. We have a level of excellence that we are going to achieve.
A dancer's body is the instrument. And so every movement we do can express something. And I just think it's so great with these children. So many of them are nonverbal, that they can do their pantomime. We listen and we look and we think, and they're expressing those types of things by their movements.
Miss Donna is caring and thoughtful. I think a lot of people can have preconceived notions about what children with disabilities are able or not able to do, but she just doesn't have that. And so by not having those preconceived notions, she doesn't set any limits on the kids. And therefore they grow so much more than you might have ever imagined.
Arms, big arms. And last one, and...
The challenge to me is getting a balance of the right amount of ballet, fun, physical activity besides the ballet, communicating emotions. And so for me, I always want to get in there pliés and tendus and jumps on one foot or jumps on 2 feet, traveling across the floor. So I kind of have that ballet class, formula. But it changes all the time, and sometimes the pliés and tendus just are not working. So we put on the goldfish music.
Class right now meets on Saturdays. We have 3 classes. 8 students are in each class, and each student has a helper who's a physical therapy or occupational therapy student. And then we have Miss Donna Weber is teaching, and a physical therapist from Cincinnati Children's that's leading the class. And then there'll be either someone on piano or drum, and sometimes both.
We start out in a circle, and I like to do something where each child is called by name and stands up as an individual, and they have a task. It could be come into the circle and strike a pose, or dance for us with your maraca, or whatever. But they hear the music, the stand-up music, they come out and do whatever their task is, and they hear the sit-down music, so that they're able to just be cued by the music, which is really neat, I think. So they're listening, and they're learning all kinds of skills. Wait your turn, listen for your name, follow instructions, all kinds of skills.
We always end with saying thank you to each other and lining up and saying thank you to our teacher and to the drummers and to our helpers and ourselves. And sometimes we do that with words, and always we do it with signs. So thank you to the teacher and musician. Well, one of the first side benefits that we noticed after the first year is that mostly the moms sit outside the classroom, and so they've become this support system for each other, and that's such a great place for them to come and sit.
For our daughter, it's given her a love of the arts and a love of dancing and a love of ballet specifically, while not only developing her from a social standpoint, but focusing in on some of those physical therapy aspects as well.
What you need to know about these families in particular is that they are loving to be loved. They are looking for love and support, and they are the most generous families I've ever met in my life. I've fallen in love with all the families, and it's changed what I do. It's changed who I am. It has changed everything. It's the focus of my job. It's changed who I am as a person for sure. And it's definitely changed the mission of Cincinnati Ballet permanently.